Go Jackers.
What's going on, everyone? And I know, surprise, I don't normally record videos on Sunday, and I'm reverting back to my old style of recording videos. I just don't feel like putting up my green screen until later. But there seems to be some heavy division between people like me who think this is, probably the direction tech needs to go with renaming Grant Field, and then people that look at it as like this, we're making a deal with the mob, selling our soul to the devil kind of thing. So yeah, I know I put out a video I think yesterday that was just 4 minutes, and I wanted to talk a little more about it. So here's the thing for all of the people that want to stick to this, like changing the name of Grant Field as this selling out thing. Like I've said before, I don't like it. Like, I would prefer it to stay Grant Field. It's been Grant Field since what, 1913. It was named after the person who donated $15,000 to make the first stands at Tech, like 1906, 1913, something like this. It was named after his deceased grandson who died at the age of 10. So I get it. Here's the thing, though, and someone in the Facebook group made a great point of this. It is highly unlikely that Jay Batt would even consider doing this if he had not already reached out to the Grant family to make sure that they don't have a problem with it or that they're okay with it, whatever. So I'm sure that's already been done. Here's the biggest thing, though. Again, we're $300 million in debt. Okay? We're still paying off debt from the North End Zone expansion from 1995, amongst other things, baseball field renovations, later renovations at Bobby Dodd. 14% of our yearly athletic budget goes to paying interest on, there's like 10 different loans that comprise this $300 million. Our proposed athletic budget for 2023-2024 fiscal year on the high end is 128. It's between 124 and 128 million dollars. So that's right at $18 million that you could free up, because I'm sure, let's just say this would wipe out our debt. I think, we're sitting on like 175 million that we raised. I would think this is like is this possibly $100 million deal? You give naming rights to Hyundai for 10 or 15 years. I would think that's a big number. Let's say that wipes our debt out. That frees up 20 or $18 million a year in your athletic budget. I mean, when you're this bad in debt, you don't have the luxury of sticking your nose up to opportunities when they come by. And that's what I don't think people realize. Like, if you're about to file for bankruptcy as a company and you have, I don't know, someone come into your investor board to inject money in your company, but they want you to change the name of the company, it would be idiotic not to do that. You might be like, oh man, it's been this name forever. There's a ton of history with this family that started the company. Well, if you want to survive and move on, you're going to have to do this, and it's going to allow Tech to do things, particularly in football. That's what we're all concerned with, that they haven't been able to do. Like, everyone is excited when J-Back comes in, and then he starts making moves to address this solvency issue that we have in our athletic program, and then we all want to throw our hands up there. Whoa, not that, not that. Guys, we can't be picky. If Hyundai wants to cut a check for 150 million for naming rights, I don't know what the number is, but it seems like that's what we need to do. I like otherwise we're going to struggle. We're going to have solvency issues, and that's the thing with people that are so opposed to this and act like it's some morally reprehensible thing to do. They won't address what I just talked about. Oh, well, there must be some other way. Well, then then figure it out. Tell us what else we need to do. I guess just be thankful that Collins isn't still here, or it would be like Bobby Dodd Stadium at Waffle House filled or something. But none of these people will give an alternate solution. They'll just say, oh man, it's got to be something else. Must be something else we can do. Well, you know what? I'm sure J-Bat realizes the significance of a lot of these things. And if he had another way, I'm sure he would do it. J-Bat is way more qualified than me or anyone who watches these videos as far as what we need to do to move forward in our athletic program. So I'm going to support the team. I'm going to support the guy and say, look, J-Bat's way more qualified than me. And let's just see what happens. See what happens. With the number of Asians that go to Georgia Tech, Hyundai Field might, be a good fit anyway. It might all work out. So let me know what you guys think. I'll see you tonight on the live show. Y'all have a good Sunday.